Joe Rogan has got to be the most insufferable buffoon on this planet. And he's short. The man's only 5'2". His wife got to get the fruit roll-ups from the top pantry for him.
And you're gonna pull up their family and pull up, and they've been in the community like that. That shows no heart, and that's the problem. Like,
who would want people to come in, pouring into our country? We don't know anything about them.
But I want to ask you this. Why do you think they're doing that?
I think because...
Do you think they're trying to buy votes? Do you think they just want cheap labor? Like, what's the idea?
There's a couple of theories. They hate our country, they're stupid, or they want to buy votes.
The amount of money that they've given them when they've come here, the food stamps, the benefits that even our poor people aren't getting.
$200 billion, and that's a way low number. That's a way low.
Take accountability for your actions. You freaking brought on the certified buffoon. You're the buffoon. This man, Trump's the certified buffoon, onto your own podcast. And then minutes later, endorsed him on freaking Twitter. And then less than a year, you're already now regretting, quote unquote regretting. But every single time, I'm going to show y'all clips. Every single freaking time, this man's over here bouncing around, beating around the bush, never being straightforward with his response. And never wants to just outwardly say F Trump. Or just outwardly say, I fucked up. Just say it. I fucked up. That's it. That's all you got to say. But instead you're going to freaking and then on top of that, you're going to do the sympathy rounds. You're going to do the sympathy rounds. It's like, oh, the immigrants. I feel so bad. The immigrants. Look at him right here. Looking like a freaking, he's a Pastor Rogan. It's Pastor Rogan. He looks like he's about to serve you the body of Trump and the blood of Vance. It's just freaking like annoying. Like, aliens exist in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Peter Thiel.
Ripping parents out of their communities, away from their children, that doesn't involve like society from American society, sending people to other countries when they can't even speak the language. Yeah. You know what I mean? So
no one with a heart is going to go along with that.
No.
And no one, I did not ever anticipate seeing that on TV on a regular basis.
Me either, man. Me either. It's shocking.
Trump literally told him to his face, hey man, I'm going to do mass deportations. Rogan gave him no pushback. Like, Trump was literally sitting in Trussell's chair and told him right there, hey man, I want to do mass deportations. And Joe Rogan was like, yeah man, okay, maybe it's a good idea, yeah man.
Really thought there was enough gang members and enough people, MS-13 members and whatever they were looking for, that they're wanted, they would go after those guys.
It's called fear-mongering, kid. It's called fear-mongering. A report came out basically saying criminals are not more prone to make more or to do more crimes than actual native-born Americans. And if you think about it, if you want to go with that route, obviously the immigrants are like less financially inclined, less financially stable than native-born Americans because they had to come here and start from ground zero. Man, everybody does though. But still. And they're still producing or committing crimes at a less rate than native-born Americans. Like me. I was born here. You know what I mean? I'm thankful for this country. I am. But at the same time, you know, statistically speaking, I'm more inclined to commit a crime than some fucking Venezuelan who just comes here across the board. I don't know. Just the stats are saying Peter Thiel's fucking Palantir is going to look at me and be like, yo, this motherfucker right here is going to commit a crime more than that Venezuelan. Like, they're going to commit the real stats. Like, this man's what? In his 50s. He's been through it. He's seen it all regarding politics. This is not his first go around like many people. So the fact that you've been, and obviously you were in your prime during the first Trump administration, and you're going to sit here and tell us that, oh, I'm the guy who's been lying all throughout his life, the freaking, you know, casino stalwart lying bitch ass is going to sit here and lie to me again. Like, what?
Dude, I you know.
That's what I thought, right? But how many gang members have they actually arrested?
No idea. But you see how, you know, and I hate using this word because the word is getting thrown around so much and it's a stupid, well, you didn't say that word, I'll say authoritarianism. Yeah. You see how authoritarianism, when it begins to emerge.
Shut up. This fucking guy, and for those who don't know, this is Duncan Trussell, who recently just got ethered by Elephant Graveyard. This is the guy who is friggin' Peter Thiel's puppet now, when years ago, there's many clips of him warning Joe Rogan about, hey man, you gotta be wary of your surroundings. You gotta be wary of your inner circles. And then now he's over here freaking, cucking to Peter Thiel.
People who got citizenship the regular way and went through fucking hell to get citizenship here, they're also like, fuck them. They're cutting in line, these motherfuckers. They're gumming up the system. They're making it so that we who are following the rules, not only it's taking us longer, but also now we have to deal with ICE too. So those people are pissed. So there is a...
Let's put more context to that, because, I hear this freaking argument and it's starting to piss me off. I work in immigration, all right? So for those people who actually come here, quote unquote, lawfully or whatever the hell, yeah, it's true. They are not upset, like envious, jealousy. But I don't like this notion of saying they're cutting in line and getting here, you know what I mean? They're getting the benefits of the American society and cutting in line, because technically they're not. If you think about it, those who come here EWI, entry without inspection, or just who come here unlawfully, first, they don't have any employment authorization. So their employment opportunities are just limited. They're chalked. They're cooked. They're cooked. You're not going to get a 6-figure salary job anywhere. They're going to work multiple jobs. And, often, they're not going to have a Social Security. In order to get a Social Security, you have to have a pending immigration relief, or you have to have some sort of status. And those who come here EWI, they're going to have to do the cases in order to get any sort of immigration status. They're going to have to do a freaking asylum or a cancellation of removal. They're going to have to do all these type of freaking cases that cost them at least 10 G's. At least. And that's if you get a competent lawyer. They got to roll the dice. There's so many freaking crooked lawyers out there. Who's to say? It could cost them 10 G's with one lawyer and another 10 G's with another lawyer who has to fix the previous lawyer's problems because the lawyer was over here freaking doing cocaine at 2 a.m. It's much, much harder. Once they arrive here, yes, they get here faster, I guess, whatever the hell, than people who, come here lawfully. Because for those who come here lawfully, it's a 5, 10 year, 15-year process to come here like that. And it's also expensive that way too. I'm not going to sit here and denounce that. But, I just don't like this whole notion of just like, oh, people are coming here, they're cutting in line. Yeah, but they're cutting in line, they're going to suffer. Financially, emotionally, they're going to suffer here. Until they get some sort of status.
This is how I think the only way to do it would be where you could get everyone on your side. Borders are closed, and we're going to find out who's committed felonies. Who out of the people that are illegal that have committed felonies.
And how are we going to do that? No. How are we going to do that? We're going to use your uncle's company, Palantir, to do that. And Trussell's wearing a Palantir hat in there. He's probably trying to be funny, but I'm just like...
You have to leave the country.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
If you've been robbing people for the last 10 years and you're an illegal, you have to leave the country, right? That makes sense.
Yeah.
But if you've been here for 25 years, you have a family, your kids go to school here, you speak the language, you're just illegal. But you're a contributing member to the community that up until now has been protected. This is crazy to ask lower income and middle income people who are, kind of getting by. And then all of a sudden you're about to ship them to a country where they've never been. They haven't been since they were 4.
Yeah.
He's obviously distraught about this, but if only you knew other stuff that's going on in the immigration world. This is just from the outside looking in. From the inside looking out, they're making it super harder for anybody to get their papers here. They're making it financially harder. The processing times are taking twice as long now. They're stripping away any sort of immigration relief or that was attainable during the Biden administration. In order to get your work permit now, initial work permit, now you have to pay. Whereas 6 months ago, it was free. You have to pay $550. It was free 6 months ago.
You're gonna pull up their family and and they've been in the community like that. That shows no heart, and that's the problem. You're not going to get any reasonable people to want to go along with that. Any kind person would look at that and go, "This can't be the only way to do this."
Damn right, but
spreading the good word.
Once authoritarianism starts creeping in, and it makes some inroads, which it's definitely making right now, man. It's definitely making right now, and I think one thing both of us have in common is we're really good at thinking from the other perspective. Like I can put myself fully into the mind of like a super paranoid person who lives in a city that's all fucked up and who's like,
shut the fuck. What the fuck is wrong with this dude? Don't control some man. This man's done so much fucking. I can put my mind in the opposite spectrum and I can feel. What? So he can put his mind in freaking Hitler's mind. And then he can feel how Hitler was feeling. He can be, oh, yeah, I get it. Teach it, brother. Continue on, move forward. Oh, and also in the rest of this freaking video, I didn't even watch it. I just looked at the timestamps. Literally 2 minutes later, he's making fun of Portland. He's making fun of liberals, leftists. So, to each their own. He feels sympathy for us, though. So I guess that makes me feel better. Makes me feel real good. And then he also talks about aliens and the Panama Canal or some shit. I don't. Yeah, it's just Rogan. He really is 5'2", by the way. Oh, no, he is. He is. And his wingspan is 4'7". His hands can't reach the inside of his pockets. You know what I mean? It is what it is. It is what it is. I'm 5'1". Anyways, I'm going to end this video here. I'm going to go walk my cat. I'm pissed off. And I'm sick and tired of people not taking accountability. He just has 2 words to say. F Trump. A letter and a word. You could just say that. I don't even need to say 2 words. A letter and a word. F Trump. That's it. That's all you need to say.